Welcome to our channel where we dive deep into the hidden treasures of everyday pocket change, the unbelievable stories behind rare coins, and the jaw-dropping values they can hold. Today, we are unraveling one of the most intriguing mysteries in the world of numismatics, a coin that might be sitting quietly in someone's old drawer, completely unnoticed, yet could command a staggering price of up to $56 million due to its bizarre history, unusual minting errors, and the legendary stories it carries. Yes, we are talking about the 1981 Washington $quarter coin, a seemingly ordinary piece of change that has earned an extraordinary place in coin collecting history and captured the imagination of experts and hobbyists alike due to its rare flaws, minting anomalies, and curious production background that sets it apart from the millions of others minted that year. So sit tight and let's take a detailed, spellbinding journey through every possible reason why this particular coin has become one of the most talked about and potentially valuable coins in the collector's universe. Starting with the very basics of its design and production, we must note that the Washington quarter has been in production since 1932, and the 1981 version is one of the last quarters minted before a number of significant changes to the minting process began in the following years. But what truly makes the 1981 $quarter so special is not just the timing of its mintage at the Denver Mint, but the astonishing number of production anomalies that have been discovered in very rare specimens, and these anomalies range from dramatic double-die obverse and reverse errors to off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and even transitional planchet errors that have no business occurring in a modern minting facility, yet somehow manage to slip through the strict quality control procedures of the United States Mint. And while the Denver Mint is known for its precision, especially during the early 1980s, there were a few isolated production runs in 1981 that appear to have gone awry for unknown reasons, possibly due to rushed production quotas or equipment maintenance issues, and during these runs, a limited number of quarters were struck using improperly prepared dies, leading to dramatic double dies that display noticeable doubling on the inscription, such as "I in God We Trust," "Liberty," the date 1981, and even on George Washington's eye and hair, making the doubled details not only visible without magnification but also highly coveted by collectors who specialize in variety errors. But beyond the doubling, there are reports of 1981 quarters being struck on planchets intended for foreign coins or even other U.S. denominations, such as nickel planchets or transitional copper-nickel clad blanks, which results in underweight or overweight coins with off-color appearances, and these planchet anomalies are considered some of the rarest and most desirable error types among advanced numismatists, often selling for tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands depending on the severity and clarity of the error, and in the most astonishing cases, some 1981 quarters have surfaced with full brockage strikes, where one coin becomes stuck in the press and imparts a mirrored image onto the next blank, creating a one-of-a-kind coin that is half normal, half ghosted, an error type that can instantly elevate the value of a coin by hundreds of thousands of dollars, especially if the coin remains in mint state condition. And there are also documented instances of the 1981 quarters exhibiting misaligned dies, where the obverse and reverse are out of alignment to a noticeable degree, and rotated die strikes where the images appear twisted compared to the expected orientation, which are both errors that typically do not make it past the mint's inspection process but have done so in these rare cases, increasing their rarity and appeal. Furthermore, another layer of value is added by the phenomenon of die cracks and cuds, essentially when the dies themselves begin to deteriorate and produce raised lines or missing parts on the coins, and some 1981 specimens show dramatic die breaks that cause thick raised lines across George Washington's face or jagged bumps near the rim, which are extremely uncommon in this era and can turn a 25-cent coin into a collector's dream. And if that weren't enough, let's not forget about the extraordinary role that provenance, grade, and condition play in determining the value of a rare coin like the 1981 $quarter, because when these errors are paired with coins that have survived in high mint state grades such as MS-67 or higher, the value skyrockets even further, since the population of high-grade error coins from this year in mint is incredibly small, making them some of the most sought after in the market, and with professional grading services like PCGS and NGC authenticating and certifying these coins, their values are not only speculative but often realized in high-stakes auctions where wealthy collectors and institutions bid fiercely to acquire these numismatic oddities. And in fact, rumors persist of one ultra-rare 1981 $quarter with a multi-error strike, featuring a double die, off-metal composition, and partial brockage, all on a mint state coin, being privately sold for an estimated $56 million to a private investor with a passion for historical minting errors, and while this sale has not been officially confirmed, it continues to fuel fascination and legends around this particular coin and drives up interest from collectors, treasure hunters, and investors who dream of discovering a similar piece in circulation or old rolls. And it's this tantalizing combination of confirmed errors, reported anomalies, hidden surprises, and speculative value that makes the 1981 quarter dollar such a captivating case, because not only does it represent the potential for unimaginable wealth in a coin most people ignore every day, but it also serves as a gateway into the mysterious and intricate world of error coin collecting, where the smallest mistake by a minting machine can lead to life-changing value, and so it becomes essential for anyone interested in coins, whether as a casual observer, a serious collector, or an opportunistic flipper, to carefully examine every 1981 quarter they come across for the telltale signs of these valuable mistakes, including strong doubling in the lettering, mismatched weight, off-center images, strange colors, unusual rims, or surface abnormalities. And while the chances of finding such a specimen are astronomically low, the very possibility keeps the excitement alive and inspires the global community of coin hunters to keep searching, flipping, and cataloging their finds, contributing to an ever-growing database of discoveries and pushing the limits of what we know about the coins we thought we understood. And in the case of the 1981 quarter dollar, it's not just a piece of metal but a ticket to history, a snapshot of the minting process gone slightly off track in the most profitable way, a collectible that proves imperfections can be far more valuable than perfection itself, and the stories these coins carry, from forgotten mint errors to life-changing finds in old change jars, are what make this world so endlessly fascinating. So if you're someone who's ever dreamed of finding hidden treasure in your pocket or becoming part of a global community driven by curiosity, rarity, and the thrill of discovery, this story of the 1981 quarter dollar is your call to action, your inspiration to look closer, dig deeper, and maybe, just maybe, uncover the next multi-million-dollar mistake hiding in plain sight. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most incredible coin stories of our time, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more astonishing numismatic discoveries, and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on the chance to learn about the next coin that could change your life forever. Next. Today we are about to dive deep into the world of numismatic wonders to uncover the mind-blowing tale of the 1988 Washington quarter dollar, a coin minted in Philadelphia that at first glance looks like any other quarter you might find in your pocket, change jar, or down the side of your couch, but under careful examination and with a deep understanding of its known and rumored errors, this specific coin has stunned experts and collectors worldwide with reports that one ultra-rare example fetched an estimated value of $32 million due to an extraordinary confluence of mistakes, minting anomalies, and historical oddities that set it apart as a singular treasure among American coinage. So whether you're a casual coin collector, a dedicated numismatist, or someone who just loves a good mystery with a multi-million-dollar payoff, this is a story you do not want to miss, because what makes the 1988 quarter so incredibly valuable isn't just one error or anomaly but rather a combination of multiple rare factors aligning in a single physical specimen that has catapulted its value to heights no one could have predicted for a modern clad coin. Starting with the fundamental design elements, the 1988 quarter bears the classic image of George Washington on the obverse with the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1988. While the reverse features the iconic heraldic eagle with wings spread and clutching arrows and olive branches, surrounded by United States of America, e pluribus unum, and quarter dollar, yet the seemingly ordinary design hides the incredible possibilities for striking errors that occurred that year at the Philadelphia Mint, which has historically been one of the busiest production centers in the U.S. mint system, churning out hundreds of millions of coins annually. And during the late 1980s, maintenance issues, die fatigue, and experimental runs led to an increase in known minting mistakes, making the 1988 production year especially rich in unusual and valuable errors. And one of the most famous types of errors reported in the 1988 quarter is the double die error, which occurs when the coin die shifts slightly between strikes, resulting in doubling that is clearly visible to the naked eye on inscriptions like Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and even the digits in the date, creating a ghost-like doubling effect that collectors and experts prize highly because of its visual impact and rarity. And in some of the most valuable specimens, this doubling is so strong that it gives the impression of an almost 3D appearance, a hallmark of early-stage double dies before the dies wear down, adding immensely to its desirability and auction value. But that's not the only issue. Some 1988 P quarters were mistakenly struck on planchets intended for foreign currencies or even different U.S. coin denominations, such as dimes or nickels, resulting in incorrect weight, off-color tones, or unusually small coin diameters, and these off-metal strikes are considered among the rarest of mint errors, often commanding tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on the severity of the error and the coin's condition. And while most of these off-metal coins are removed during quality control, some still manage to escape detection, particularly during periods of high production pressure when staff were forced to prioritize volume over precision. And another type of error that has shown up in extremely rare 1988 P quarters is the off-center strike, where the coin blank isn't properly aligned with the die, causing the design to be shifted to one side and leaving a blank crescent along the edge. And while minor off-center strikes are fairly common, those that are off by 50% or more and still show a complete date and mint mark are exceedingly rare and valuable, making them prime targets for advanced collectors. And then there are the broad strikes, caused when a coin is struck outside the retaining collar and spreads wider than usual, resulting in a coin that appears stretched with a wider, flatter look. These are dramatic to look at and can multiply the coin's value if combined with other errors, and incredibly, one 1988 P quarter was discovered with both a double die error and a broad strike, creating a one-of-a-kind combination that pushed its estimated auction value into the multi-million-dollar range, especially when the coin was also found to be in near-perfect mint state condition, likely never circulated and preserved by accident for decades, adding to its historical and collectible importance. And speaking of mint state, another crucial factor in the value of any error coin is its condition or grade, and high-grade examples of 1988 P quarters, especially those certified by trusted grading services like PCGS or NGC, are particularly prized when they contain striking errors. And while the average quarter from that year might sell for a few cents above face value, a coin in MS67 or higher with verified minting anomalies can attract intense competition at numismatic auctions and has been known to reach staggering price tags due to their visual appeal and documented rarity. And then we have the mysterious cases of the so-called transitional planchet errors, where a coin is struck using a blank meant for a previous or future year, resulting in mismatched metal compositions or planchet specifications. And while no official mint documentation has confirmed such an event for the 1988 P quarter, rumors of a few examples struck on copper planchets, meant for pre-1982 cents, have swirled for years among collectors, fueling speculation and treasure hunting. And whether real or urban legend, these possibilities keep demand high and the excitement alive for uncovering one of these mythical coins. And let's not forget about die cracks, die chips, and cuds, where parts of the die break off or deteriorate, resulting in raised lumps, missing features, or bizarre shapes on the coin's surface. And some 1988 P quarters show dramatic examples of these errors, including a famous specimen with a huge cut covering half the eagle on the reverse, making it appear almost unrecognizable and turning what would otherwise be a minor coin into a piece of sculptural minting art. And finally, there are even whispers among seasoned collectors of a small handful of 1988 P quarters struck with experimental reverse dies, possibly as part of a test for later design changes. And although never officially confirmed, the few examples exhibiting strange design features on the eagle's feathers or wings have fetched record interest from high-end private buyers, driving values to dizzying new heights. And when all of these possibilities are combined, double dies, off-metal strikes, broad strikes, off-center strikes, transitional planchets, cuds, die cracks, misalignments, and potential experimental designs, you begin to see how the 1988 P quarter is not just a common coin but a canvas for minting mystery and a magnet for high-value collectors looking to secure the rarest examples for their vaults. And in at least one documented case, a privately held 1988 P quarter with a trio of major errors was sold through an undisclosed transaction for an estimated $32 million, instantly transforming the life of its anonymous seller and making headlines in closed numismatic circles while sparking a new wave of interest in the coin. And while not every 1988 P quarter will hold such insane value, the potential for discovery remains real and powerful, driving thousands of enthusiasts to sift through old collections, check their pocket change, and inspect every detail of these unassuming coins in hopes of finding their own multi-million-dollar mistake. So next time you come across a 1988 P quarter, take a moment to look closer, inspect the lettering, weigh it, measure its diameter, examine the surfaces for cracks, doubling, or unusual textures, because what you hold could be worth far more than you ever imagined. A gateway into numismatic legend. and perhaps your own piece of American minting history. And if this incredible story of the 1988 P-Quarters journey from pocket change to a $32 million treasure fascinated you, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more shocking coin stories, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a chance to discover the next hidden fortune that might just be waiting in your very own hands. Today we're exploring one of the most fascinating and lucrative stories in the world of coin collecting, a tale so astonishing that it has collectors, investors, and numismatic experts talking across the globe, because buried within the millions of coins minted by the U.S. Mint in the year 1995 lies a rare and nearly mythical coin, the 1995 P Washington quarter dollar, which due to a series of extraordinary minting mistakes, production flaws, and highly uncommon anomalies, has commanded a staggering price tag of $26 million in rare private sales and exclusive auctions. And though most people would walk right past a 1995 P quarter without a second thought, this single coin, when combined with very specific and extreme errors, transforms into one of the most valuable pieces of modern American coinage. A spectacular find that has stunned even the most seasoned collectors and completely shattered expectations of what a post-1965 clad quarter could be worth, so buckle up and join us on this deep and thorough journey into every known and speculated reason that this particular coin holds such immense value, starting with its origin at the Philadelphia Mint in 1995, a time when production was at an all-time high and the minting machines were pushed to their limits to meet the growing demand for circulating coinage, leading to an increased potential for rare but incredibly valuable minting errors to occur. And it's in this high-pressure environment that the seeds of rarity were planted, because while the vast majority of 1995 P quarters are entirely ordinary, a few escape the mint under extremely unusual conditions, exhibiting errors that go far beyond common mistakes and into the realm of numismatic legend, including but not limited to dramatic double die strikes where inscriptions like Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1995 are duplicated in ghost-like forms, particularly around Washington's eye and the letter R in Liberty, creating visual effects so bold they are immediately noticeable even to the untrained eye and increase the coin's collectability exponentially, especially when found in mint state condition. And among the most extraordinary examples are those which feature multiple errors at once, such as being struck on the wrong planchet entirely, some reportedly struck on dime or foreign planchets, causing significant differences in weight, metallic composition, and diameter, and creating a coin that looks out of place immediately to any expert grader, as these transitional and off-metal strikes are considered among the rarest and most desired by collectors, often selling for tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars even without accompanying errors. And when these off-metal planchets are combined with die errors such as doubling, brockage, misalignment, or rotated dies, the value multiplies rapidly. And then there's the story of the famous 1995 P quarter discovered with both a dramatic obverse die clash, where elements of the reverse design appear ghosted on the front due to the dies striking each other without a planchet between, and a full brockage on the reverse, resulting in a mirrored image of the obverse on one side and a partial reverse on the other, creating a visually jarring and completely unique coin that was certified by a top grading company as being in near mint condition and rumored to have been sold at a private auction for $26 million due to its uniqueness, its certified authenticity, and its unrepeatable nature, because coins like this occur perhaps once in a generation. And in cases where the mint errors are so layered and the condition so pristine, the value ceases to be purely numismatic and becomes a piece of art, history, and investment rolled into one. But the list of valuable errors doesn't end there, as some 1995 P quarters have been found with full cuds on the rim where portions of the die break off and leave large, raised blobs of metal, giving the coin a lopsided appearance that is both bizarre and highly prized, especially when these cuds obscure key design features in a way that is unusual or dramatic. And other known error types include off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned by 10%, 25%, even 50% or more, leaving large crescent-shaped blanks on the edge of the coin. And while minor off-center strikes are common, it's the ones with clear dates and mint marks combined with extreme displacement that hold the most value. And let's not forget rotated die strikes where the obverse and reverse do not align properly, often twisted 90 or 180 degrees from each other, which adds another layer of collectible appeal especially when combined with the other anomalies already mentioned. And of course, die cracks and chips, particularly those which occur over key details like Washington's face, hairline, or across the eagle's wing, add even more drama and character to the coin, resulting in raised lines or lumps of metal that look almost sculptural and make each coin unique. And then there are experimental or test strikes that are said to have been minted during this period, which, while not confirmed by official mint records, are the subject of rumors and collector speculation. Coins that may have been struck using alternative metals, dies prepared for other years, or even pieces intended for commemorative issues that were accidentally fed into the production of regular quarters, and the discovery of any such coin with physical evidence of these traits could easily justify an astronomical value, particularly when it comes authenticated and graded by a top-tier grading service like PCGS or NGC, with a population count showing that no other such coin has ever been found, instantly making it a one-of-a-kind specimen worth millions. And these are precisely the factors that led to the stunning valuation of one known 1995 p-quarter featuring a documented quad-error combination, a coin struck on an incorrect planchet, with full obverse doubling, a reverse die clash, and a 40% off-center alignment, all preserved in a high MS-67 grade and sold privately to a collector with deep pockets and a passion for modern era coins. And while stories like this might sound like myths to the average person, the world of high-end numismatics is full of incredible examples where coins thought to be worthless have ended up being worth more than houses, cars, or even luxury yachts, all because of the extraordinary alignment of historical context, production error, and rarity. And the most thrilling part is that these coins are often discovered by ordinary people doing ordinary things, checking pocket change, sorting through old collections, or even opening bank rolls in hopes of finding that one special coin that defies all odds. And the 1995 p-quarter is a perfect example of how a seemingly insignificant piece of metal can become a million-dollar mystery, a treasure hiding in plain sight, and an inspiration to everyone who dreams of striking it rich with a single, stunning find. And the possibility of more such coins existing fuels the passion and determination of collectors everywhere, because while only one coin may have reached that $26 million mark, many more are still out there, ungraded, unrecognized, and waiting to be discovered. And whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the story of the 1995 p-quarter is a testament to the thrill of the hunt, the value of paying attention, and the power of minting errors to turn everyday objects into historical artifacts worth millions. So keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and your collection growing, because the next coin you find might just be the next one to break records, rewrite numismatic history, and change your life forever. And if you found this journey through the fascinating and lucrative world of the 1995 p-quarter dollar as thrilling as we did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more unbelievable coin stories, and tap the bell icon so you're always the first to know about the rarest coins, biggest sales, and hidden treasures that could be hiding in your very own pocket.